Hey, what's going on, everyone? You know, it's been a while, and we're gonna go ahead and go straight into the free and roll here. Gonna get it. Wow. I mean, it's a free roll. I mean, what do you expect? You know. So, there is. I don't know if this was the one for this pilot here. Oh my god, I'm already in a rough start. For Silver Fox, I actually do want to level it up because of the secondary quest. It was amazing. It was crazy. The dodging, like left and right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish it would explain a little bit more to people, like the pilots is like of what they could do for their abilities, because sometimes I just don't quite understand it. The description, it just says it does this, but when you start playing the character, you just don't understand what's going on. So I've been doing a little bit of upgrading. As you may notice, my very beginner mech started getting high level. So now we're actually just going back into finishing up some quests here. And yeah, so far I've been enjoying it. There is a favorite mech of mine where I won't get it until, I think, what was it? I'm trying to think. I think the 14th day, I think it was. Also, I was thinking about buying monthly subscription. It seems pretty cheap to be getting it. I didn't know which one to get, like resources or to get the crystals and try to get mechs, or just go for resources, but it seems like I don't really need crystals, do I? I need to be focusing on getting my, you know, resources instead. But what can I say, you know? Just not much to say here. Okay, kill this, please. Thank you. Oh, okay, I grabbed it. Alright, so I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. A lot of this stuff has been going around with the COVID-19 and such. COVID. The Black Lives Matter, you know, that's a huge thing. It's still a huge thing for some reason. I understand, like, you wanted one thing, you wanted justice, and then you wanted the police officers actually, you know, to get arrested for what they did. It made sense. It was a good cause of what they did, but then it's like, you wanted more. Then 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 you want. You see what I'm saying? It just keeps on going, so it doesn't end. So, honestly, in my opinion, I think there could be a civil war between races, honestly, because it's just getting out of hand too much. Like, people are getting sick of it. They're hating the idea of just asking for more after more after more, wanting more, causing more destruction, riots going on, protests. I think the peaceful protest is fine. I don't have a problem with peaceful protest because it's not really interfering with people's lives. It makes sense, okay? So, like, those things, I think they're justified, you know, being peaceful and everything. What's really crazy with the Black Lives Matter going on is that the fact is, like, it immediately became a riot, like, right away. A riot happened, like, after the second day. How dumb is that? That makes absolutely no sense. You be peaceful, show that you mean meaning for everyone else, and then the Black Lives Matter, you know, makes absolutely no sense to be only Black Lives Matter. It could be like all lives matter. I support the idea of all lives matter because every life matters. It's not just one life that matters, or I should say one race that matters over everyone else's life. Makes absolutely no sense. I don't support the idea of only Black Lives Matter because of the fact that it's just, if you're not black, you just don't matter. And then there's like people that try to capitalize onto Black Lives Matter, like Little Baby, when this thing actually started hitting the roof. He's like, yo, I'm going to capitalize on this. Let's make a record deal out of Black Lives Matter, because everyone seems like they're really down with the idea of Black Lives Matter that's been happening. And so that's what he ended up doing. He capitalized on it. He got money off of it. Everyone's just being so supported. It's like, oh, thank you, baby, you know, Little Baby, and whatever the hell his name is. And Beyonce, she started doing so. She started getting involved with the Black Lives Matter. Then I'm like, what is going on? Like, I don't want to be like rude or mean, but this is so stupid. The fact that everyone is just going for it, you know, and cutting police officers funding and everything, the people that protect you and protect and serve. I think it was very unfortunate that what happened between George Floyd and that police officer. Okay, I think that was a messed up deal. I honestly do. I'm not gonna stand like saying, oh yeah, well he was in the wrong. No, he was just a dude. He literally fucked up. Okay, not the police officer, but George Floyd. Like, he went into the bank and then he was arrested. Oh my god, what? Hello? Then he was arrested because he... What did he do exactly? I think he was avoided a check. And then he got arrested because of that. I don't 100% remember, but, you know... Ugh. And it just became, like, so huge because of the fact that, like, it was like, oh, yeah, we just unjusted. And it's like, it makes sense, you know. Everyone's, like, trying to go into there, you know, trying to make their own thing out of the Black Lives Matter movement. And then I read an article, I'm like, why don't they just call it the All Lives Matter? I think they would have got a lot more support. Probably people actually would just jump on and help you out with these matter, you know, of, like, people, you know, injustice. Nope. So I read an article, and the article says that people are literally trying to hold them down, right? With just saying Black Lives, like, what would they say? What did they read? It's like they were holding them down, and they didn't want them to repeat Black Lives Matter because apparently, it doesn't. That's not really the message of Black Lives Matter or some shit like that. Like, what message are you trying to send? Are you not saying you don't matter? Like, what? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Honestly, it really does not. So I kept reading that, and it's a waste of time. People are literally using the idea of behind scenes of, well, have you ever saw white slaves? And like, yeah, yes we have. Russia was a slave once to their own country. Yeah, they literally worked themselves to death with no pay, no nothing, until they started a revolution. And then there was, I don't know, Jews that were slaves and sent to concentration camps. They were killed non-stop. You know, like, don't tell me there was no such thing as white slaves, because that's the stupidest thing that I ever heard of, okay? Just maybe it didn't happen in America, but it happened a lot of other places. They were being as slaves, okay? So that was their idea of, like, oh, well, you know, that's not right. Like, this is America. It's like, it doesn't matter. You pointed out there was no such thing as white slaves, okay? Don't be stupid. And then if they say, well, in America, well, you know, just imagine America. Have you ever saw white slaves in America without any other country? It's like, that, what? Shut up. That's dumb. No. Just because it didn't happen in America and it happened nowhere else in the world, you're just saying shit like that so that way you could be right about something, okay? That's dumb. That logic doesn't make any sense. And so, I get so upset. Yeah, I'm getting upset. You know, I have to deal with the COVID. I don't think the COVID's that big of a deal, but for elders, it is. And there's a lot more chance of you to survive over the flu. The only difference between the flu and the COVID is COVID spreads a lot faster than the flu does, but they still have something similar to each other. You have less of a chance to survive with the flu than you with COVID, but who knows? I mean, it's a panic everywhere, dude. It really is a panic all over the place. You know, but this year has been really shit. You know, the news is feeding out the Black Lives Matter movement, all that stuff. And then you got the COVID. They're always talking about COVID. Yeah, it just gets so... That's why you don't watch the news. It's just they're all negative. There's no happy thing about the news. It's a waste of time, waste of energy, just a waste of time, pretty much, you know? It's like, please, go here. Thank you. So, it's a waste of time. It's just, don't watch the news. Unless there's, like, really something happening around the world that's really it needs your attention. That way, the fact that you could know what's happening, not something dumb like these two things that people need to like know about. Apparently, I don't think, like I said, the Black Lives Matter movement, I don't think it was dumb. I honestly don't think so. I think the idea of what they're doing is dumb. Like, now they got justice, they got what they wanted, they got what they needed. Now they just keep adding more. And then they wanted the police to lose pay and all that stuff. And then they wanted this to lose that. And then they wanted this to be lost. And then they wanted the history to be erased. It's like history. I don't think you understand. Like, history is to help us not repeat things. Now, sometimes, not all the time. I'm going to be fair here. Like, people are really, 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 really dumb. And they do repeat history. But it helps us to know that what happened, like when Martin Luther King, he had one goal, okay? His goal was to have blacks have the same equal as the white people. And he only wanted that goal to be that goal. And it ended up becoming his goal. And guess what? He was done. Well, obviously he was shot. But that was unfortunate, okay? But overall, like, he still had one goal, pretty much. Now, like, you just don't know with the Black Lives Matter movement. They had one goal. Then they had a second goal where they wanted the other police officers to actually be arrested. Made sense. That's a reasonable goal. Because the ones that just stand by and let the guy die on scene, they think they should be arrested too. You know, they could have done something. Then it was like, I want this next. I want community schools. We want to cut police budgets and all that stuff, and where they make less. Could you imagine when your police officers make less? You really think they're going to risk their life on the scene to protect anyone? No. As long as it's not like that bad to risk their lives, okay? Now, if it was like a gang war, right, between two gangs, like they start breaking out, shooting each other, police officers are not going to respond to that, okay? I'm pretty sure they will, as long as things are done in a right way. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the right way, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand what I'm saying here, because I was like, it's hard to explain it. It's like when you make less money, do you really want to bust your ass off for no fucking reason? You know, that kind of thing. If I made less money, do I really want to break my back over something like this? I don't think so. At least I don't think so. Other people might do so, but I guess just not me, I suppose. Depends on where your heart is with your job, I suppose. If you love your job and you like doing so, you like coming into work and helping people out, this is the job for you. If you're like some people that they do it for the pay, but also they do it for the job, it's their job and all that stuff, then if they get less pay, if their heart's not fully in it, they're not wanting to be a police officer. I mean, if it was me and I was making less money than my job previously, I would not want to be working here anymore. I'd be like, done. I'll be like, I'm outsies, okay? Screw this. Enjoy whatever you could be doing here. So, I'm out the door at that point. Oh, she died. Yeah, but whatever. What could I say, honestly? But, enough about that. I mean, enough about Black Lives Matter and COVID-19 and all that stuff. It's just really annoying. We'll just say that much. It's really, really annoying to be hearing about this crap. And then they're trying to erase history and all that stuff. Oh, another thing is, I will not be playing this very long. For 25 minutes. It's going to be cut down to 15 minutes. I noticed that some people, they don't want to stick through watching this. It's like they watch like 1 minute in. They're like, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to watch this. So we're just going to go to 15 minutes from now on. And, you know, I was just trying to make commentary, honestly, as I play my favorite game. So far, this is my favorite game. I keep saying it's my favorite. Most games are my favorite game, but they just lack a lot of stuff. Like when you start getting going and all that stuff. Okay. When I get going and I'm playing a game, I'm like, you know, like, okay, whatever, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of games lack a lot of stuff. Like GVG, like I said before, GVG. Gacha games don't have guild. It doesn't seem like I have guild versus guild. They have arena and that's it. It's cool to have arena and tournaments, but please put GVG. It would be so much fun to do that. Honestly, I do see gacha games having GVG and all that stuff. Please put something like this. I'm just gonna keep saying this. At least in this game. Because I know Grand Summoner, they're not ever going to do it. They'll never do it. They're focused on making characters and units. Okay. Well, anyways, we're going to finish this. We're going to wrap... my voice. We're going to wrap this up. And we're going to call it a day. Okay. But yeah, like, please, gacha games. You need to put some sort of GVG. I really do see this game having GVG in it. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to have a game mode like this to have GVG. So please, 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 do it. Don't be a pussy. Alright, so you guys have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed what little time I have left, and peace out.